sense, right? Put some things on your back, no one can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all of them have stuff on their back
Yeah,
all
was
the
that
time.
white sand?
And they're pretty easy to see, so some people don't agree with that. I've also heard foods for later. The sea urchins eat algae and bacteria, so if you keep a rock on your back, a little substrate for your food to grow on, then when you get hungry, you can just move down and have a snacky. It's like a little backpack of lunch.
It's like a little farm you take with you.
Yeah, exactly. You might notice some clouds of murky, kind of like distorted looking, it's unclear, like right there. I don't really know how to describe it. That's fresh water. So it's just, you're seeing the chemical gradient. You're seeing the fresh water that's percolated up. What happens is, of course, it rains on the mountain a lot. That's where the clouds get caught, catch a cloud on a mountain. And then it rains, trickles down through the lava rock, finds a lava tube, and it's like a water highway, brings it down in a tube. And it all just kind of bleeds out of the side of the island or goes down to the center of the island, contributes to the water table. And that's where our well water comes from, is all the water that's just floating on the ocean. So in the island, like underneath the island, if you drilled a hole, you would come to fresh water and then go a little bit further and you come to salt water. And that's because the fresh water floats on top of the salt water. So in some places
Never
they
knew
suck
that.
too much water from the well and then they hit salt water at some point. Gross. And that's what's happening along here too. The fresh water comes out of the lava tube, it floats up to the surface, and it's also noticeably cold on the surface. So if you're swimming, there's really cold, that's the fresh water. Dives down, you'll find the warm water. That's the salt water. And the coolest part of it all is the Hawaiians figured it all out. They noticed that the fresh water was floating up to the surface. They found where the fresh water was coming out along the coastline and they harvested it. So they would take some sort of vessel that held the water. It didn't matter if salt water got in while they were bringing it down. Hold it over the point that the fresh water is coming out, and the fresh water comes up to the top, and the salt water falls out of the bottom, fills up with fresh drinking water. That was somebody's job, to go gather water from the other. That's lovely. So talking about famous homes, there's some famous homes right around here. Over there is the Thurston's estate, so down that little, they've got their own